Popular culture has changed the image of soldaderas throughout history. However, it has not been a static definition and has made the image ever evolving. Mass media in Mexico turned the female soldiers into heroines that sacrificed their lives for the revolution. Which were the soldaderas' primary duties? They had numerous roles to fulfill, all of which related to looking after the male soldiers. Some of the primary functions would be cooking meals, cleaning up after meals, the weapons, and setting up camp for the army. Often the women would get to the campsite ahead of the men to have the base all set up and to be preparing the food. So it was almost ready by the time the men showed up. Looting, nursing, and smuggling were also some of the other tasks they had. Towns that had just previously been fought in were the perfect location for looting. Once the soldiers had left, the women would loot stores for food and search through the dead bodies looking for anything of value or use. Taking care of and nursing the wounded and sick was also another essential task women had to fulfill. Medical care was a vital role unavailable to most soldiers, and these women were their only chance of survival if they were wounded. If the army was in an area close enough to a hospital, the woman would also be responsible for getting the badly wounded soldiers there, pulling them along in ox carts. Not only did camp followers perform these duties, but they also had a much more warlike task. They would have to smuggle hundreds of rounds of ammunition to the fighting forces, especially from the United States into Mexico. They would hide the ammunition under their skirts and breasts. This duty was given to them because they were perceived as harmless women and therefore hardly ever caught. During the revolution, a song became very famous, La Adelita. This is the story of the Adelita. Her name was Adela Velardes Perez. She was born in Ciudad Juárez, Chihuahua. She was an activist who participated in the Mexican Revolution. She studied medicine, and in 1915 she was working at the Mexican White Cross Association. She created the revolutionary group of Adelitas, women who cured wounded men. Her role was so crucial that the song of the Adelita became a hymn that the soldiers would sing before the battle. She eventually fell in love with a lieutenant of Villa's army, Antonio Gil del Rio. He would play the guitar and sing love songs every night in front of the wagon where she would sleep. Fate separated them during the Battle of Torreon when he was hit by the bullets. Adelita held him in her arms, and on his last sighs, he told her to look in his bag where he had left a gift for her. He had composed the song of Adelita. She gave it to the group of musicians that traveled along with the revolutionaries who made it so famous. Here is the song.
En lo alto de una abrupta serranía, acampado se encontraba un regimiento y una moza que valiente lo seguía. locamente enamorada del sargento. Popular entre la tropa era Adelita, la mujer que el sargento idolatraba, que además de ser valiente era bonita, que hasta el mismo coronel la respetaba. Y se oía que decía aquel que tanto la quería. Y si Adelita se fuera con otro, la seguiría por tierra y por mar. Si por mar en un buque de guerra, si por tierra en un tren militar. Y si Adelita quisiera ser mi novia, y si Adelita fuera mi mujer, le compraría un vestido de seda para llevarla a bailar al cuartel. Y después que terminó la cruel batalla y la tropa regresó a su campamento, por la voz de una mujer que sollozaba, la plegaria se escuchó en el campamento. Y al oírla el sargento, temeroso de perder para siempre a su adorada, escondiendo su dolor bajo el esbozo, a su amada le cantó de esta manera. Y se oía que decía aquel que en tanto se moría. Y si acaso yo muero en campaña y mi cadáver lo van a sepultar, Adelita, por Dios te lo ruego, que con tus ojos me vayas a llorar.